Hello and welcome to International English Language Testing System, IELTS, speaking with you. Test Center, British Language Club, Kazla, Rajshahi. Examiner, Professor M.E.A. Lord. Candidate is,
Tapan Kumar
tell
Barman.
your full name please.
My full name is Tapan Kumar Barman.
Where do you live?
Now I am living in Rajshahi.
Are you a service holder
Yeah,
or a
now I am a
student?
service holder.
Tell me about your service.
Now I am involved in teaching. I am a teacher. I always involved.
What is your discipline?
My discipline in psychology? I always try to gain knowledge about the psychology, because by the knowing some knowledge of psychology, I am always trying to increase my knowledge about my subject.
Why have you selected psychology as your discipline during your graduation?
It is the accident matter. In the past time when I completed my intermediate degree, then I tried to take preparation for the admission of graduation in different university, but accidentally I admitted in psychology department, but it is not the dream subject in my life. But
Don't you think that psychology is a very important subject, especially for developing our student psychology?
Yeah, now this time after completing my graduation and post-graduation, then I thought about that. By the grace of Almighty, I studied a gorgeous subject, because by knowing the psychology of the individual, of the others people, I can able to understand what they think about the others person in their life, and what they think, what they want from the others people. By studying that subject, I am able to know about that matter. By this way, I think now this time it was my best choice to study in psychology.
What are the goals and perspectives of studying psychology?
The goals of the study of psychology is that to know the individual behavior, because psychology studies behavior. By studying behavior, one can able to understand what they want to learn, what learning method we can use to learn the other student. By this way, one can able to learn anything within a short time and very efficiently.
Tell something about the major psychologists you study and you teach to your students.
Yeah, thank you very much. Today I already studied the history of psychology as a subject. In that courses, I studied different scientists of psychology. As for example, I want to say B.A. Skinner, then Thorndike, then Young and Alport. All are the great psychologists that I have studied in my study time. Now I try to share their views and their understanding about and writing about the psychology to the student. By delivering that knowledge, my student now will aware about the contribution of that scientist.
Can you tell something about the differences between cognitivism and behaviorism?
Yeah, cognition is the matter of brain, and by calculating the matters, the different things of the brain, then one can able to response of a stimulus. In that case, behavior is an activity of a person which elicit from the brain. By this way, one can able to response of a stimulus.
What is the main idea of behaviorist psychology by B.F. Skinner?
B.F. Skinner is one of the greatest contributor on the psychology. He gave a theory of operant conditioning. In that case, that means if any person try to respond to an stimulus after giving the appropriate response, then one can get reinforcement.
What is your favorite TV program?
Normally, I am a academician. After completing my daily activities, then when I get some time, in that time, I want to spend my time for seeing the TV program in my home. And my favorite TV program is the program which is really connected to the education.
How much time do you spend every day watching TV programs?
Normally, I spend 1 or 2 hours in a day because in the night I normally get some leisure time. In that time, I try to spend only 2 and 1 hours in a day.
Here is a cue card for you. You will have 1 minute for thinking and noting, and you will have to speak 2 minutes on the topic. Here is your cue card, a paper and a pencil. Okay, your time is starting now.
Okay, now I want to talk about a person that person is very popular, is very familiar to me. The person name is Kumar. He is my brother. He have already started a business about the buying and selling of the medicine. Because it is one kind of job. By this way he will earn money as well as serve the illness people of our country, because there are different tags of our country. Every person has the scope to choose any job, but my brother started to buy and sell the medicine because he thought about that by this way he will serve the people of the surroundings where he live. In that case, he started that business, and the business is dealing with the others delegate who are involved in the buying or selling the product of the in the market. In that case, he thought that it is the best way to earn money, and if I get a scope, now this time I am a academician, but after one day I will complete my job by this way. If I get a time to do this work, I will choose that type of work, because after finishing the job, then I will also try to serve the illness people of my surroundings. In that case, I will choose that type of works which is related to the medicine.
What kinds of business opportunities are available in your locality?
In my locality, there are different types of job are available. I want to say the agricultural jobs are available, farming job are available, because in my locality there are different kinds of farm. As for example, I want to say poultry farm, an agricultural farm. In that farm, some people, if they agree, they will join.
Okay, thank you. Please return me your cue card. I am going to start part 3. What kinds of jobs do young people not want to do in your country?
Well, in our country, there are different kind of job that young people do not want to do this, I think this is very challenging job. As for example, I want to say the job which is more challenging, which are more challenging and more pressurable job. As for example, administrative job, most of the upper authority always provide the command. Because of that, the lower authority, lower category people always are in attention to serve the higher authority.
According to your opinion, who is best at advising young people about choosing a job, teacher or parent?
Well, I think teachers are the most important person to advise to choose any kind of job, because teachers are always involved in gaining knowledge, creating knowledge, and then disseminate the knowledge. In that case, I think teachers are always update man than the others person. In that case, teachers provide the more accurate knowledge for choosing any kind of job than the others person.
Is money always important to select a job?
I don't agree with that statement, because for choosing a job, first a person must gain the qualification. In gaining the qualification, one can spend more money for getting a certificate, but after getting a certificate, choosing the job is not very time money consume, because there are very important things is that the quality.
What are the other factors candidates should consider to select a job other than salary?
Well, I think besides salary, a candidate must calculate what are the necessary for his or her life, because salary is not a factor to get happiness. In that case, I want to say the other benefits such as leisure time or hours of an job. How many times will pass for doing the works in that offices. In that case, time duration in a job, it is an important factor other than Frank's benefits. Without the salary, others benefits is available, then I think one can choose a job.
What type of other qualifications employers are expecting from the candidates out of their academic result?
Well, I think without the academic result, the job providing authority wants some other characteristics or other personality, such as example the co-curricular activities, experience of co-curricular activities. How many works have any candidate done in their academic settings? That means arranging occasions, participating in the seminar, symposium, participating in the playing of football, cricket. I think co-curricular activities, qualification of co-curricular activities, participation of co-curricular is an important factor without the academic qualification.
How much English language skill is important to get a good job?
More important for getting a good job, English qualification, because every institution wants good command in language of English, because they think without the English nobody is able to communicate with the others people, especially for the foreigners. In that case, most of the institutions are totally linked up with the foreign country. In that case, if any employee does not have the qualification of English language, in that case the